Hey, I'm Jonas. In this video, I will guide you through the basics of crafting Lunar Eclipse Dragon Jades in Dragon Nest C. Before we start, I want to mention that this guide assumes you already know how to farm Lunar Eclipse Dragon Jade crafting materials. If not, I suggest watching my Lunar Eclipse Dragon Jade material farming guide first. I've included the video links in the description and pinned comments below, so make sure to check them out. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's get started. Crafting Lunar Eclipse Dragon Jades is pretty straightforward. You can craft them at the blacksmith NPC in town. Under the Dragon Jade tab, you'll find the Lunar Eclipse Dragon Jades crafting page. There are two types of Lunar Eclipse Dragon Jades, defense and attack types. The crafting categories are segregated based on these types. Aside from the type category, the Lunar Eclipse Dragon Jade crafting page is also divided by rarity. There are 7 rarity grades, starting from normal, magic, rare, epic, unique, legend, and ancient, with ancient being the highest rarity. Let's start with crafting the Armor Dragon Jades, beginning with the normal grade. As I mentioned earlier, there are two types of Lunar Eclipse Dragon Jades, defense type and an attack type. Therefore, Lunar Eclipse Armor Dragon Jades also come in two types, a defense type and an attack type. You might be wondering and asking yourself now, so, what type should I craft? The defense type, the attack type, or both? The answer is, it depends on whether your armor allows equipping defense type jades or both types. To check what type of jades you can equip in your armor, hover your cursor over any armor part. In my case, the helmet has only one Dragon Jade slot, and the slot shape is a vertical hexagon, which means it can only equip defense type Dragon Jades. If you're wondering which armors in the game can equip both defense type and attack type Lunar Eclipse Armor Dragon Jades, the answer is Tier 2 Ancient Armors and Bone Dragon Nest Armors. If you want to know where and how to get Tier 2 Ancient Armors or Bone Dragon Armors, you can watch these guides for more info. So the general rule when crafting Armor Lunar Eclipse Dragon Jades is to craft only the defense type Armor Jade if you don't have a Tier 2 Ancient Armor or a Bone Dragon Armor. Now that we're done with Armor Jades, let's move on to crafting the main and secondary weapon Lunar Dragon Jades. Just like the Armor Jades, the weapon Lunar Jades also have a defense type and an attack type. To know what type you need to craft, just hover your cursor over the weapon and check the shape of the Dragon Jade slot. In my case, my main and secondary weapon only has one Lunar Dragon Jade slot, and the Jade slot shape is a pointed oval, which means it can only equip attack-type Lunar Dragon Jades. Important note: right now, in-game, the only main and secondary weapons that can equip both attack-type and defense-type Lunar Eclipse Weapon Dragon Jades are the Blessed Bone Dragon weapons. Here's a video on where and how to get a Blessed Bone Dragon weapon. In addition to that, when crafting a main weapon attack-type Lunar Jade, you will see 5 variations. One is a plain one, and the other 4 can grant your character skills with elemental attributes. There's only one rule you should know about which one to craft. If your character's skill kit already has innate or built-in elemental attribute attacks, then you need to craft the normal one. If you see your character specialization in this table, then you should pick any of the 4 main weapon Lunar Jades with elemental attributes. If you're wondering which elemental main weapon Lunar Jades to choose, the answer is it doesn't matter because there are no elemental reactions in Dragon Nest. The only purpose of these main weapon Lunar Jades with elemental attributes is to boost the overall DPS of these neutral element class specializations. Now that we're done with weapon Lunar Jades, let's move on to crafting the accessory Lunar Dragon Jades. If you have these necklace or earring accessories, you can craft and equip both defense type and attack type Lunar Dragon Jades for these accessory parts. However, for the rings, if you don't have these VIP cash accessories, then you can only craft and equip attack-type Lunar Dragon Jades. Now that we're done with the crafting guide, let's move on to the evolving guide from normal to ancient grade. Evolving Lunar Eclipse Dragon Jades is pretty straightforward. As mentioned earlier, there are 7 rarity grades, and you have to evolve them step by step, rarity by rarity. This means you start with a normal grade, then evolve it to magic, followed by rare, then epic, then unique, next to legend, and finally to ancient grade. The evolver items are categorized by type, defense or attack type, and by rarity. Please also take note that each evolver item is part specific, so if you don't want to craft the wrong evolver item, I suggest you read carefully. To show you an example, a defense type helmet armor Jade can't be evolved using an evolver item meant for upper body armor Jade. The same rule applies to the type of evolver. For instance, I can't evolve a defense type helmet armor Jade using an evolver item that is meant for an attack type helmet armor Jade. Moving on, when you're evolving a magic grade lunar Jade to a rare grade lunar Jade, you'll see several options to choose from. However, you need to be careful and read the Jade descriptions thoroughly to ensure you select the right Jade for your class. Here's an image guide to help you with the process. From this point, the evolving process is straightforward and continuous. Just keep evolving your Jade step by step until you reach ancient grade. There are no additional notes or special instructions, so you can proceed smoothly with each evolution. Okay, now that you know everything you need to know about crafting Lunar Eclipse Dragon Jades, I highly suggest watching my guides on random add-on stats rerolling. You can find the links to these guide videos in the description and pinned comment below the video. Before you go, please leave a like, share this video with your friends, and consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the comment section below.